good morning, and happy Easter. I do hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're finding new ways to make do in these days. They're so different, aren't they? It's Easter today, but it certainly is different, isn't it? We keep saying that about everything around us. It's different. This is unusual, something for us to have to get used to. Sure not the Easter that I had hoped for. You know, I always look forward to Easter. It is my favorite worship day of the year, my favorite day of the year, when we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus from the dead. I'm sure it's your favorite day too. And one of the things we always look forward to on Easter is getting together in church, being here, celebrating by singing those wonderful resurrection hymns. Christ the Lord is risen today. Lo, in the grave he lay. He lives. All of those songs that we love to sing. Hey, I'll tell you what. When we get back together, let's be sure we sing those songs on that first Sunday, because it'll be like an Easter Sunday for us to come back together. I know, indeed, things continue to be different, as I've said. You're probably reflecting on how this Easter is different from maybe any you've ever known. It's true for me as well. But it started me thinking, and I remembered a time, another Easter, that was really different. It's when I was living in South Africa. I'd only been there for a couple of months. I was a missionary in language school, living in the town of King Williamstown. And before Easter, my family and I had gone out to a little village church every Sunday. And of course, we didn't understand what was being said. We were learning the language. But as Easter approached, I decided I wanted to worship in English. I wanted my boys to worship in English. So we made the decision to go to the English-speaking church in King Williamstown, but it was nothing like I had hoped that it would be. You see, Easter time in South Africa is a big vacation time. They call it holiday. As it turns out, the pastor was on holiday, the organist was on holiday, the worship leader, everybody was on holiday. A lot of folks were on holiday. And it was just a somber, really quiet service. It was okay, but it wasn't at all what I had hoped that it would be on Easter. Before we left that Sunday, some of the folks in the church apologized that the pastor wasn't there and this and that and the other, and invited us to please come back. And you know we did. We went back the following Sunday, and that was like Easter. Just the majesty of it all, the good celebration, the things that we're used to. Yeah, we're not used to Easter like this. That also caused me to think, you know, that first Easter was really nothing like what we think of Easter. You read the accounts in the Gospels, it was Resurrection Day, and yes, Mary Magdalene and Mary had gone out to the tomb early, had actually seen the risen Christ. John tells us that Peter and John ran out there after they got the report. They didn't see Jesus, they saw the empty tomb. It was not until that night that they all saw Jesus. So they spent that day locked, apparently, in a room, afraid. Still, it took a while to understand all this, you know. Easter has a lot to do with what we make of it, actually, when you come down to it. We recognize that Jesus lives, and that's what Easter's all about. It is the foundation of our faith. I pray that today, even though Easter's different for you, it is a day when you celebrate that Jesus lives. And remember, this is all temporary. This will improve. We continue to pray for the people who have this virus. We continue to pray for families who've lost loved ones because of it. Certainly we want to keep on praying for the medical workers who are taking care of people. But this is going to get better. We look forward to that day, don't we? Until then, remember, we are Easter people. We're resurrection people. We have hope because Jesus lives. I pray you find that hope today, and you know that He's with you. I know this is also a different Easter for all of us, because this week you got word that I have tendered my resignation as your pastor. I've accepted the call to go to Tyson Foods, and you follow and serve as a chaplain there. It's a new chapter for me and for Cynthia. We're looking forward to it. We feel called to it, but of course it also means we have to transition away from you, and that hurts. But know still that God is in control of all of this. We're still resurrection people, and there will be new days for all of us in different ways. So keep on looking up. Keep on celebrating the truth of who Jesus is. Remember that he's with you always, and he will continue to take care of you as you lean upon him, you trust him, and you follow him. It is Easter. It is the day to celebrate that Jesus lives. You know, as we leave church on that Easter Sunday, we always give that old benediction. He is risen. He is risen indeed. God bless you.